Our mission is to reach the people of the North, the most forgotten and neglected mission field of the world. We have the privilege of being the only ministry reaching right around the Arctic Circle, across the top of Canada, across the top of Russia. And we've seen entire regions touched by the glory of God. We've seen whole communities coming to God. It's been a great, great thing to see. Over the last 40 years plus, as we've been traveling into the most inaccessible places and seeing these amazing people come to Christ. The last trip was this past December, and it was the most important trip that we've ever done. It was very difficult, very challenging, but we saw great breakthroughs. We went to a community of only 100 people, very small community on an island, totally inaccessible, very remote. We had to charter a helicopter to get there. It cost $12,000 for us to fly on a chartered helicopter to get to these people. And why would you spend so much money to reach so few people? Because this community had never heard the gospel, and the gospel must go to the ends of the earth. Everybody must hear. Secondly, there are over 600 idols on this island. This is the center of idol worship for Arctic Russia. And we just felt that if we went in there, this enemy's stronghold where the gospel had never gone, and we could see these people touched and changed, we would see breakthrough across the north. Well, let me tell you, it was interesting. They don't get visitors, and so it was an event. They all came to the meeting. As I started to share about Jesus, people called out in their language, you know, you've come to invade our island, you're not going to take our island, we know. We met many shamans or witch doctors that were there. But as we believed God, breakthrough came, and many of them came for healing and came for prayer and gave their lives to Christ. Our workers want to return and really see a church established in this community and see these people discipled. From there, we went to Karataika. That's the community where my wife and I and the team went a couple of years ago, took the gospel there for the first time, and the believers are doing so well and so strong. And then on the way back, our tank that we were traveling to save money from Karataika back to Vorkuta, and went through the ice. And as we broke through the ice, the total back compartment where we were, all of our Canadian team, actually submerged under the icy water. We really thought that we were going to die. I thought, isn't this interesting? There was no fear to it. I just thought, you know, God, I've got so much more I want to do for you. So many more things I want to do and so many more people to reach. But I thought, if I die now, I'll die doing what God told me to do. Well, we were rescued. 2 other tanks were able to pull us out, and as water had been seeping in the back of our compartment, it was very, very chilling. And we realized in this instant, as I looked at all the times we've had near-death experiences and really inhumane experiences in these tanks. So I met with our team on after we got back, and I said, you know, I don't want you traveling in these tanks, and I don't want our teams traveling in these tanks. They're not designed to carry people in the back. They're designed for cargo. We kind of joked about our experience going through the ice, and one of our workers over there, Nikolai, got really upset. He said, several people have died recently out there that very same way. And he said, it really isn't funny. And so our team in Russia has been contacting me. They are insisting they must go back to this village on the island, as well as Karataika and Euskara and other places where we've established works, and they want to disciple them. They said, you won't allow us to go in the tanks anymore, and so we need equipment. We must immediately buy some equipment for them to travel in. And I need at least $15,000. $15,000. Yeah, that's a lot of money. But it's not really a lot when you think that we can disciple these and start churches in these communities. If we don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. The reason I'm talking to you is, would you help me? If 15 people gave $1,000, or 30 people give $500, or one person gave $15,000, we'd be able to send the money immediately. They'd order the machine that will take them quickly and safely across the ice and the snow. I need your help. Would you call or write or go to our website right now and just designate it Arctic vehicle. Every penny will go to that. I'm pleading with you. I feel an urgency. We've done too much. We've gone too far. We've seen too much accomplished just to let it go now. Our workers cannot go back until I give them the funds to buy a new machine. And so I'm asking you to help me. This is not in the budget. This wasn't planned, but it is crucial that the ends of the earth be saved. I'm waiting for you, and the people at the top of Russia are waiting for you to respond. Thank you for caring enough to share in this very urgent need.